Welcome back. This is Dr. Jin Sung, and today is part 9, or the last part of the fatigue series. Today we're going to talk about sleep disturbance, and how it's being affected by what you do and what conditions you may have that might be causing insomnia, sleep disturbance, unrestful sleep, and so forth. Okay? Before I get started, I'd like for you guys to share the video, like it, so more people can get this valuable information, and we'll get to our topic right now. Okay, number one causes are too much caffeine. We are in a world where everyone drinks a cup of coffee in the morning and then drinks another one in the afternoon, and just for fun on weekends, maybe something in the evening. All of this excess of caffeine will affect your adrenal glands. It'll affect your sleep. So caffeine avoidance might be helpful in terms of getting good quality sleep. The other is unstable blood sugar. If you have diabetes or high blood sugar, it's going to affect your sleep, because oftentimes what happens with you is you're going to doze off during the afternoons after a heavy meal. So you eat something right after dinner, you fall asleep kind of on the couch, you get up, and then you can't go back to bed, right? Or if you have low blood sugar, you're tired all the time, and when you do go to bed and you had dinner around 6, around 2 in the morning, you'll wake up and you go, I can't go back to sleep, because your blood sugar is too low, right? Your blood sugar will start to drop, cortisol will go up, and it'll wake you up out of a deep sleep. So management of blood sugar is very important for quality sleep. The other is gallbladder. Oftentimes, if you can't digest your fats, if you have a heavy meal at night, you're going to have an upset stomach. You're not going to be able to sleep very well, right? That goes along with reflux disease or H. pylori, where you feel that burning every time you lie down, and you feel like you're going to burp, or you want to sit up. That's reflux signs. It's going to affect your sleep. The other is diabetes, because diabetes will affect urination. So frequent urination is a problem in terms of getting good quality sleep. Along with frequent urination comes along with prostate issues. So sometimes men who have prostate issues will also get up 2, 3, 4, 5 times a night to go to the bathroom, right? What kind of quality sleep can you get if you're getting up that many times every night? Another reason is parasites. People have parasitic infections in their GI tract, whether it's H. pylori or worm, whatever it is. Often these parasites are pretty active when you're sleeping, and they can disturb sleep. Hormones, hormone fluctuations. You know, the classic women who get the hot flashes when they go through that perimenopause, menopausal state, where they can't sleep very well or very deeply because of hormone fluctuations. It's not just women, actually, it's men also. When men hit their late 40s and 50s, testosterone drops, and they go through what they call andropause, right? Not menopause, but andropause. What that really means is that men go through hormonal changes just as women do, and starts to affect their sleep. Okay? Neurotransmitter function, things like serotonin and GABA, right, can be quite beneficial in terms of sleep, and you need neurotransmitter balance in order for you to sleep better or deeper. Okay. The other thing is too many electronics and too many EMFs, or electromagnetic fields. Our body is not used to that. The pineal gland that regulates sleep and cortisol rhythm to a certain extent and produces melatonin is very sensitive to EMFs, or lights. So being on the computer, being on the tablet, watching TV in bed, those are not good, because it's going to disturb your sleep. You feel like you're sleeping through the night, but your quality of sleep will be thrown off. So it's very important to turn off those electronics, turn off the TVs, computers, tablets, phones especially, right? Get them out of the room. It's very important for you to sleep well. Okay? So the solutions are avoid carbs before bed, avoid caffeine, right? I would suggest if you're going to have coffee, just have one in the morning, okay, and be done with. Sleep in complete darkness. I think it's important to do that. Get those little lights or electronic clocks out of the room. Anything that gives you a little bit of light, get it out of the room. And make sure your room is really completely dark if you're having sleep issues. Because your body can sense that, you can still detect light, and it throws off your rhythm. So sleep in complete darkness. And if you're one of those people who have thyroid issues and you have cold hands and feet, so oftentimes that can wake you up also. Make sure you wear a nice pair of socks so you don't get so cold at night, okay? And before bed, instead of watching those electronic products, TVs, computers, etc., I would suggest doing journaling, like journal. Or if you can't turn off your mind, you might want to do those to-do lists. So sometimes people will sit up at night and go, oh, what do I got to do tomorrow? I got to do this, I got to do that. And you're trying to sleep and you're thinking about what you have to do for the next day. It's not good. What you need to do is write it down, right? Get a piece of paper, half hour before bed. Just write down the stuff you need to do for the next day. Put it aside and then forget it. You don't have to start thinking about what you need to do for the next day. It's already written down. That way you can get that off your mind so you can sleep restfully. And the other thing is really go to bed, right? Go to bed when you're supposed to go to bed. Stop watching, the Netflix series and watching one after another, right? And by the time you need to go to bed around 10 or 11, and it's 2 in the morning, you're like, one more episode. That's problematic, right? Because that will disturb your sleep for the next day, your energy for the next day. So it's very important to get those things out of our system, okay? Alcohol will also affect sleep, so you need to cut the alcohol out. It's for leisure every once in a while, not for an everyday thing to unwind. So you should not be drinking alcohol all the time. Another thing you can do is take a hot shower. Take a nice hot shower before bed. That will help calm things down, increase circulation, just kind of get you to relax. And the last one is exercise. You need to exercise at appropriate times. So don't exercise, if you have sleep issues, don't exercise at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and then expect to be in bed by 10 or 11, right? You have to be exercising at the appropriate times. So if you, let's say, have a difficulty getting out of bed in the morning because you're so tired all the time, that is actually a good time to exercise because you can retrain your body to produce cortisol. So if you exercise vigorously right out of bed, you can bump up your cortisol, and then over time, you won't feel so tired getting out of bed. Another good time is the afternoon lull. Everybody has that, right? You eat lunch, you sit around, and you're like around 2 o'clock, oh, I really want to take a nap. That's when you want to go down and you do like 50 push-ups, sit-ups, whatever it is, get that energy level up, bump up the cortisol, okay? So an appropriate time for exercise for people who have sleep issues is to do it when they're tired or where they're tired at the inappropriate times, right? So it's important to do that, okay? So sleep is crucial for brain function. Sleep is crucial to avoid chronic fatigue. And chronic fatigue is rampant. I give you a bunch of tips that you can utilize. However, there are people who have medical conditions. You have gallbladder issues, you have thyroid problems or hypothyroid, you have reflux disease, diabetes, you have GI parasites, your hormonal dysregulation. And those are the patients who need to come into the office. And we need to figure out a strategy to help you remediate those things. Because without remediating those things, you may never get the good quality sleep that you're looking for. Okay? My name is Dr. Jin Sung, where clinical excellence meets excellent results. We'll see you next Tuesday on the healthy side. Have an awesome day.